Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Latin America show. My name is Enrique Gelista, and it's a pleasure being tonight with all of you. I don't know what is happening with the light around me, that I look very orange, but it's like, I don't know why, but well, I will try to fix it in a couple of minutes. So, well, I would like to say hello to everyone. Please, just like some of the housekeeping, please share this program and follow us in all our social networks. You know that you can find us very easy on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, don't forget to put the bell in order that you know every time that we're uploading a new video. So it's like today we have a fantastic and a delicious show. So we're going to talk about chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? So I think it's just an extraordinary, well, it's like part of the diet in Latin America. And well, of course, we know that, well, the chocolate's coming from Latin America. So it's like we're going to talk about this particular chocolate that is coming from Ecuador, that, well, it has been ranked as the #1 within 1,200 different chocolates around the world. So, well, we're going to have two amazing guests that, well, is like, well, we're going to have different guests. The main ones, they are going to be CARLA and Santiago, that, well, they are the co-founders of Pacari Chocolate. They are going to tell us a little bit about the history of the company and also the different flavors, etc. So, well, you will see. And on the other side, we are going to have also an interview with Juan, that, well, Juan is from Pacari, but here in the UK. And also with Marianne Focke, that, well, she has been with us before, and she was preparing, she's from Colombia, and I don't know if you remember this cheese bread that she was preparing, that it was just amazing, that also Roger prepared some of this cheese bread, so I know, Roger, that you did it. So, well, she's gonna be with us, and she's gonna tell us some of the properties and, well, all the good things that you can get when you are tasting chocolate and when you are trying chocolate. So, well, I would like to say hello to mis amigos, Whitney, Nuchereno.
Good evening, everyone. Very excited about tonight. We all love chocolate, and we just had Easter. So we'll be featuring that, as Enrique said, our main show and in the segment for tonight. So stay tuned.
Brilliant. And also in the other side, in Clapham, we have our friend, Roger Alarcon.
Well, good evening after Easter weekend, which was a bit crazy with the weather. And also, I can describe the weekend in only one image.
Okay.
It was like that. It was like that. But anyway, I'm ready to learn about the chocolate.
Excellent, my dear Roger. And well, also, we're going to have, I don't know if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, we launched this bake-off challenge, and we have extraordinary participants that, well, they already published their different pictures of the different cakes and pastries and sweets that they have done with chocolate, they have made with chocolate. So if you had the opportunity, please vote for all of them, or, well, your favorite. Give us a like to the Latin America Facebook page, and also give a like to your favorite one, because next week we are going to have here the winner. And the winner of this one, we are going to have, like, of course, 3 different prizes. And, well, the first prize is going to be a visit tour to Pacari headquarters in Ecuador, and of course, a chocolate tour. Yeah, that, well, it's going to be, like, really interesting if you have the opportunity to go there. The second one is going to be a private session with Marianne Focke, that, well, is, and you can learn how to cook recipes of your dreams. So that is a good opportunity. And the third prize is going to be a virtual chocolate tasting sessions with our experts from Pacari, and we're going to talk a little bit more about them soon. I just want to say hello to all the people that they are live following us, and of course asking you to put some of your comments. Let us know, where are you based, and I don't know if you like chocolate or not. And I'm not going to say anything else because I don't know how Whitney is going to ask to participate, and maybe I'm spoiling something, but hopefully not. But, well, before we go to Whitney's segment, I would like to say hello to Abhijit, hello to, oh my God, this is jumping. Abhijit, that, well, he's saying sweet chocolate. Also, it's important to say that, well, if you have seen the promo that we have, there's a fantastic music there, and that is courtesy, and they prepared this music, our friend Juan Pachanga. he prepared that he's from Colombia. He prepared and he just created that music for our promo. So thank you very much to Juan. He's an extraordinary singer. And well, thank you very much, Juan Pachanga, for this one. And also, well, I would like to say good night to Liliana, Thais Carlotto, who is saying boa noite. Boa noite. What else is here? I don't know. It's like they are jumping. I have here like 6 comments, but it's not moving forward. So anyway, I can see a lot of people here, but it's like I don't know what is happening with my laptop. Anyway, it's time to go to the first section of the show. Yes, Roger.
You're reading comments. It's one amazing comment over there. He says, Liliana says, shots every time. Enrique says, extraordinary.
Oh, well, but if you want to really get drunk.
Amazing.
Amazing for Roger.
Amazing. No. Wow. Amazing.
It has to be the complete phrase. Anyway, so I think it's time to go with Whitney Nuchereno. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Over you, Whit.
Yes, microphones are mute without me even having to ask. I have trained them well, haven't I, guys? All right. So, okay, so let's get started. So, welcome to Making Spanish Simple. And since we just had Easter, I thought I would go over some of the words in Easter in Spanish. So let's get started. Let me just get this up. Lots of slides, lots of pictures for today. And I know that some of these, hopefully, you guys know and have seen. So the first one is pretty obvious. It's Easter, which is La Pascua. There are a couple ways to say Happy Easter, and it's either Feliz Pascua or Felices Pascuas. So you either have the, what do you call it? The singular, which is on top, and then the plural, which is the image below. So a couple things. So as you can see, Feliz, which obviously means happy. We've seen it for Feliz Navidad as well. It changes when it's plural, and you don't just add an S. So unlike the word Pascuas, there isn't just an S at the end of it to make a plural, because any word that ends in the letter Z or Z changes to C, E, S in the plural. And this is for any word, whether it's a noun or in this case, an adjective like feliz. It's kind of like the noun. If you've learned Spanish and day one, you're talking about school items like lápiz for pencil, it would change to lápices with the CES. So it's anything that ends in IZ, you change to CES when it's plural, noun, adjective, whatever. So that's just a little something in case you wanted to know. Okay, a couple other words. We're going to talk religion for just a couple. Whoops, I don't know what that T is doing down there. Sorry. We're going to talk about some of these words just for a quick second. We have el cristianismo, which is Christianity, and cristiano, cristiana, which is either, this is the adjective, you could say el cristiano or la cristiana, which is the main religion. It's really el catolicismo, Catholicism, and católico is the adjective, or católica, yo soy católica, por ejemplo. This is important because it still is one of the main, if not the main religion in Latin America. And there's so many articles and videos coming out, especially with new generations and how that's shifting a little bit. But because we are talking about a Christian holiday, I figured I would just throw those words in. Another one is, let's go on to the next slide. Okay, this is lots of text. We have La Cuaresma, which is Lent. And so I know that in most programs, I've talked about words that end in MA and how they're masculine, meaning it's el and not la, like el programa, el idioma, el sistema, el problema, el poema, which are all cognates. But this word is an exception because it's not a cognate and because it's feminine. So that's an exception to the rule. There's always exceptions in this language. It's really fun. And then if one of the things that you do, normally during Lent, we fast or we give up something if it's something that we practice. So some of us might give up chocolate. So Easter is really fun when that happens. I know I've done that in the past. And the word to get to fast in general, if some people choose to do that, is ayunar. And this is really interesting because, for example, I'm going to get to El Viernes Santo in a second, but ayunar, if you know the word to eat breakfast, it's desayunar. And it's interesting because that's when you break your fast. So that's just kind of like a fun fact for desayunar. And that's why ayunar is part of it, because you're breaking your fast with breakfast, the first meal of the day. Now, if you are practicing Lent and giving things up, you have El Viernes Santo, which is Good Friday. And this is generally when the Pope says we have to not eat meat. Usually it's every Friday, but as of, I don't even know how long ago it was, but as long as I can remember, you could kind of eat meat the rest of the other Fridays, but Good Friday, it's off limits if you're a good Catholic. But if you're a light Catholic like me, it just depends on the year. All right, so speaking of Good Friday, that is part of La Semana Santa, which is the Holy Week. So that starts on Palm Sunday. And we have, this is a great review for days of the week, Domingo de Ramos, and it concludes on Easter Sunday. And one of those traditions is on Holy Thursday, it's like known as the Last Supper, La Última Cena. So we're learning meals today, we're learning days of the week. So normally on during this week of La Semana Santa, it's celebrated with various events and religious ceremonies and cultural traditions. So for example, in Ecuador, this is pre-pandemic, of course, there might be traditional dances and hymns, and the streets are full and everyone might like carry like a palm. And so that's kind of like how it's celebrated in certain countries. It's really big. I was in Spain a couple times and the DR during Holy Week, and it was a pretty big tradition, and it still is, just a little bit more from home. Okay, so especially pre-pandemic, we would normally all go to what we call La Misa, and this is Mass. And normally you go, well, it just depends, but definitely Easter Sunday, Palm Sunday, maybe Good Friday, and whatnot. So let's move on from religion. Let's tackle a couple other words that are related to Easter. And one of those is La Primavera, season for Easter, which is the spring. And I put El Cordero here, and that means lamb, because apparently it's a symbol. It's a symbol of Christianity and spring and of a new life. We have los huevos, which are eggs, and huevos de Pascua are the Easter eggs. And you can look at all the different colors, but don't worry, I will not go over them. And a couple more words to do with this would be pintar or teñir is to paint or to dye eggs. We have el conejo, which is the rabbit. So conejo de Pascua is the Easter bunny. Una cesta, la cesta is basket. We talked about this when we did sports. And then el chocolate, of course, is chocolate. The most important word of the night, which I believe will segue into our next guest. So that's it for the first part of Baking Spanish Simple, and stay tuned for some slang at the end of the episode.
You're not going to make any questions. You're not going to do any questions.
Not today, no.
That people, they are not going. Okay, so
today
we're not expecting that you participate.
No. Well, you know, I don't like to pose questions if they're not good. So today is more just a lecture.
It's more holidays, so just chill. It was more religious.
Holiday. Yeah,
it was more like religious today. No.
Yeah.
Talking about how all this is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we talked Easter, so I thought we had to, you know, with religion and whatnot. And this is the most religious talk I've done. I haven't been in a church in forever. It's like, it's more just to, you know, like ease my like Catholic guilt. So.
And also, well, they can practice the different days of the week. No, like Friday, Sunday, etc. Yeah.
Yes, that might be coming up. So study up on those.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Whitney. And well, also I can see now the comments here. So thank you, Gary Dancy, Andrea Morrison, Mariana Gabriela Millar, Gabriela Aguilera, Lily Martinez, Annalise, Katia Waters, Roxana Pilka, Abhijit, Lily, Juan Pablo Lopez, Oliana, Charo, Juan Pablo, Helen. So thank you very much to all of you who they are like participating, Brian Nelson, Maria Gabriela Millar, and well, of course, well, thank you all of you that while you're participating here with us. And well, one of the things that I wanted to say is like soon, you are going to see the different kind of bakery that, well, people they have sent, or pastries and sweets that they have prepared for the show. That is honestly, is like, at the beginning we said that we have two categories. Like one is going to be for the amateurs and one is going to be for the experts. I don't see any difference about experts or non-experts. Like actually all of them, they are like just amazing. Yeah, incredible. So well done. Amazing. Sorry,
I was
Roger,
trying to
I
look.
took your word. Sorry, it was amazing. No,
Sorry,
but it was not me.
yeah,
For me, it was extraordinary, they said. No?
Yeah. No,
So-
I was just looking who the participants live near to me, so I can crash in with it for some cake or something.
No, I already claimed that last episode.
No,
Only because it was your birthday. Your birthday is
Yeah,
over. It's
birthday
over.
Yes.
It's over. Your birthday.
Birthday month.
Yeah. No birthday. So, well, as we're going to talk about Ecuador, we are going to talk about, chocolate and chocolates from Ecuador. So let's take a little quick view about this. It was, I would say fantastic, but yes, this outstanding country that is Ecuador.
Viajamos por todo el mundo, no nos importa dónde, siempre tocando música para alegrar el ambiente. Viajamos por carretera, por el río, por el... o nos vamos caminando, lo importante es vacilar. Oye, viajamos por todo el mundo, no nos importa dónde, siempre tocando música para alegrar el ambiente. Donde sea y cuando sea, listo para disparar. Oye, Julito, le caemos donde sea. Vamos para allá. Viajando donde sea, viajando para quien sea, viajando. Oye, qué rico que va mamá, que vengan los rumberos a bailar, viajando rico país, viajando para tocar, viajando sin compromiso quiero salir a gozar, viajando con negrita, viajando si era apretarla, viajando donde sea. Bota mi caballo, no te vayas bien, cataplan, 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 ven, ven. Dice, bota mi caballo, no te vayas bien, cataplan, 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 ven, ven. Bota mi caballo, no te vayas bien, cataplan, 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 ven, ven. Bota mi caballo, no te vayas bien, cataplan, 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 ven, ven. Bota mi caballo, no te vayas bien, cataplan, 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 ven, ven. Bota mi caballo, no te vayas bien, cataplan, 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 ven, ven. ¡Hey! Coge la maleta, porque nos vamos en tren. ¿Cómo? Me están llamando, no lo puedo creer, no, me requiere una banda para formar el rico bembé. Anda, sube a mi caballo, que yo te llevaré, y con esta me despido, hasta luego, te veo bien.
Simply delicious. And why did you took out the credits, Roger? I think so. Well, I would like to say thank you very much to our friends. It was really quick, no? That the credits that you took out. So it's like, what?
It was really quick, yeah.
Yeah, so I think so. First is to Juan Pachanga. Exactly. Well, first of all, the music is again from our friend Juan Pachanga that, well, we used for this one. Also to our friends from Journey Latin America that they provided some of the pictures, and also in collaboration with Pacari Chocolates, some of the footage that we received from both of them. Thank you very much for your support and for the creation of this video. Also, well, I have more people here that they are joining us. Thank you very much. Share this video and remember that, well, people, they can vote for the different cakes and pastry that we have here in this event section. So Margarita Inman, thank you very much. Andrea Morrison, Violeta Monico, that was she's in Glasgow, or Judith, that she's in Madrid. This song is Juan Pachanga. Yes, Iris Arevalo, Katie Pereira, that was she's saying, desde Portugal. Okay, from Portugal. Thank you very much. Francine Tartari, that was she's saying hello to everyone. What else I have here? I have Juan Pablo, Garin, Stefania. So, oh, wow, thank you, all of you. So, well, as I said at the beginning, we're going to have an interview with two extraordinary people. Take a drink. Well, they are like Santiago and Carla. They are the co-founders of this company that is Pacari. And Pacari, it's one of the well, it's really interesting to know the story and also to know more about this company because also the products they are here. One of the things is that we have to pre-record this interview because, well, they have different duties to do during the day, but it's like we have the interview here. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please let us know because after this interview, we are going to have here the manager in the UK from Pacari. So, well, we can answer all your questions anyway. But, well, let's go to the interview by the lawyer. So, well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, as I told you before, we are going to talk with the Pacari, this amazing company that is a delicious chocolate. So, well, thank you very much for joining us, Carla and Santiago. Good afternoon there in Ecuador. So, well, it's like, thank you for being here with us in the Latin America show.
No, my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to be with all of you. Thanks for the interest in our project.
We're very happy to be here in the show.
Well, actually, we feel flattered having you. And also, well, as you know, we have this bake-off challenge and everything, and a lot of people that they are interested to know more about Pacari. And I would like to start having this conversation with both of you, just talking about, well, it's like two questions in one. I would like if you can tell us a little bit about, first, what is the meaning of Pacari? And also, how did you start the company?
Yes, we started the company 19 years ago, and Pacari has two meanings. It means nature and the dawn, and it's in the native language of Quechua, which is also talked today here in Ecuador. And Santiago can tell you a little bit more why nature and why the dawn.
Well, basically, well, nature is somehow. I mean, what we need is to have like an even relationship between mankind and nature. That's, I think, something which, and you know, seeing a little bit backwards, 19 years ago, no one knew about organic products, and also we wanted to have this. I mean, nature is a little bit our aim. How we can, and if you see, by the way, if you see the logo, is a man tree. Is a man which is a tree. So roughly, it's like for us, it's not you know, Swiss landscape with a cow, what is meaningful, but the farmer that cultivates a tree, and that's everything we eat now. It's coming from this relationship, and even relationship between mankind and nature, but somehow. And the dawn also is funny, but this word have these two meanings according to the accent you're using. The dawn is also like a beginning of a new era. The dawn is when you start finally see the light. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. So it's a beginning of a new era where we finally having a look on these matters which are very important for us.
Okay, and how the company started? How this idea about saying chocolate, let's start working with chocolate, it was like coming to your minds and coming like a project.
Yeah, basically yes. it was not, we had not this idea of Willy Wonka stuff at all. What we had, we always wanted to do something with organic food in general. And suddenly some people start asking for cacao because Ecuadorian cacao have a huge name in the industry, the chocolate industry. So people start asking for cacao. We didn't have organic cacao at the time. Remember, we started to traveling with CARLA. We were traveling and we saw that someone was selling a box of truffles in Europe for 100 euros for 1 kilo of truffles. And when we came back, we saw that someone were, the farmers were earning just $1 per kilo. And for us was like, what, it's amazing. Look,
Yeah.
it was like a 130 times less than whatever people were paying. Of course, expensive truffles in Europe. So what we decided is to pay triple. We start to pay 3 instead of 1. And still there is a lot of room until you sell the chocolate for 130. So with this, we have a lot of farmers start looking for us, doing organic practices, certifying organic, etc., etc. We always, and again, we always wanted also to make added value in the country of origin, because this is a little bit, it's very important, when you have a brand, when you have a name, you have a direction, you have an address, basically. So then you can tell story, otherwise you cannot. So slowly we start building a brand. And can you imagine 3 years later, we start making chocolate with a logo. That was very, very cool to see that finally we start making chocolate 3 years later. And at the time, we start having experience making chocolate. So basically, chocolate is a result of making the good feeling. We start the company basically thinking what we are going to do so we don't have any regrets later on in the future.
Yes.
And chocolate was the answer. Somehow.
And yeah, at the end, people said, no, we're really not chocolate makers. I think we, through the chocolate, through cacao, we have developed what we were wanting since the beginning, have a meaningful company that can impact in a positive way to the environment and also to the farmers that we work with.
And the final client.
And that is,
final client, absolutely.
And, yeah, of course. And that is very interesting because it's like some people, they will find like very easy to set up a company and being successful. And well, you have told us that, well, this started 19 years ago. So it was not, it has been like a long way that you have been, of course, working. And it's important because, well, also these 19 years, they have been reflected that, well, it's like you have been ranked as the #1 chocolate in the world in front of 400 judges and around 1,200 other chocolates in the world. So in that way, I would like to ask you is like, what are the different categories that, well, they analyze, or these judges analyze, or the panel, in order to say that you are the #1? So how difficult is to get this one? Because I think it's not an easy challenge. And which countries participated in this rank, or well, they were like checking different kind of chocolates? I don't know if you can tell us a little bit more about that achievement that is just extraordinary.
Well, it's a quite complex contest because you have a lot of different sub contests, semi-finals. So we just won gold in the Americas round. And there is people in Asia. It was rounds in France, some in the UK, someone in the Far East Asia. And then the final used to be in London. The last one was in Antigua in Guatemala. And then you have all these guys which are doing fantastic chocolate, by the way, where we are all meeting together. And it's a blind tasting. Basically, it's a lot of different is a lot of different things they see. You have if you're a purist, you have the purist side. It is only dark chocolate. You see the chocolate itself, and then you have a lot of fruits, flowers. You know, it's a lot of flavors which are secondary flavors that they are looking in a fine chocolate, pure, in the purest side. So you get from nutty, floral, spicy notes, grassy notes, wood notes, etc. It's tons of different flavors that appear there. So a purist judge are going into this category. But you have also another category which is called inclusions. Then we have chocolate with salt, cranberries, raspberry, physalis, a lot of pieces you find in the chocolate itself. The other one is chocolate with infusions. We have one in all of these categories. It's like when you use, for example, rose. We have one with rose. We have one with Andean mint, with cedron and lemongrass. All these are infusions. So basically, it's a lot of different categories. But basically, it's a blind tasting. None of the judges know what they are trying. They know that they are in this category or the other one, but they don't know which is the producer or whatever. There is not this connection. So what is interesting? They just start. All of them have like this sheet that they start writing on, and you have a lot of different things that you see in the chocolate. So, for example, texture. You cannot have a sandy chocolate or still grainy. Long in mouth, how long the flavor stay. It's very like wine, basically, to put a clear connection. So, and the cool thing in this, it was people that was judges and, you know, whiskey makers, wine makers, honey tasters, tea tasters, chocolate tasters for sure too. So it was a huge universe of people judging these chocolates. And so we started, that was back in 2012 when we won the
first award.
The first award, it was the first time they did this blind tasting, and a chocolate from Ecuador won. That's a surprise for the whole industry. And after that, we have been winning again and again the last 8 years. So we're kind of proud of that. But basically what is happening, and sorry to touch that point too, what is happening is that it's the same as in wine. A good wine maker is a great producer. They control the whole process. So it's easy. The people who get the best grapes and it's right point, you know, they manage until have a fantastic wine. The same thing is happening with cacao. Here in Latin America, we have the best cacao in the world. This is where cacao has been born. Our logo is a main tree. It's basically when humankind met for the first time and domesticate cacao, that is 5,300 years ago. These guys are the ones which are going to have the best chocolate because they have the best raw material. And with all my respect to the Swiss or Japanese or Belgian people, they are not going to be as connected to get the quality itself.
Yeah, because also I think so. It's more about, as you were saying, it's a complete environment. It's a complete everything that is around. It's not only the soil, it's the weather and everything, all different characteristics as you were highlighting. That is very important. The raw material is the main thing that you have to take care of it in order to have a very good outcome. That in this case is chocolate, but if you have a good cocoa, so of course you are gonna get a fantastic chocolate. So it's more like all this kind of journey that you have tell us at the beginning, that you were working with all these farmers around in order to create a good quality. And related to that particular question, that it's about being ranked the #1, what this represents actually to the complete Ecuador? So it's like, not only for your company, it's something that, well, it's get more attraction to Ecuador nowadays, like saying, let's look for this country that is a good producer of cocoa?
Yeah, well, it's a whole revolution. First of all, people start to find out that we have fantastic cacao. Basically, this country produces 70% of the world fine cacao, which is only 2.5% of the world production. And people start to have a look on quality, because we have been the market has been dominated by huge brands which are not putting care on quality. So now I think we are a little bit like the it's a beginning of a revolution. Right now it's more people making chocolate. Even it's a whole movement of bean to bar chocolates, as this is people that is getting special loads of cacao, converting into fine chocolate. But also, as you see, our name is premium. We're Pacari chocolate, premium organic chocolate from tree to bar. So basically, this connection with the farmer and with the terroir, with the soil itself, is our flag somehow. So it's interesting because opens a lot, is a whole universe waiting to be discovered somehow. And also the fine flavored cacao, which were not known in the world, because the vast majority, as I told you, 97.5% of the world cacao is flat and kind of boring cacao. We call it bulk cacao. So people start to find out that a little bit like just comparing with whiskey is like finally having a good single malt from space side. I'm just trying to compare that. Can you imagine what, like 13 years ago, you were getting French wine, and French wine was whatever wine. Right now it's no. We're in France, or it's Spanish wine. Which is the grape, which is the variety of the grape, which is the terroir, which area it is. It was, and also which year it was. It was a very dry. So basically, wine is a little bit we are following the wine connoisseur and yeah, how people see chocolate now. It's becoming a little bit more like wine than before.
I want to bring up something that's really unique about, well, there's so many things unique about your company, but one of them has to do with the fact that you're considered a company B, like Empresa B in Ecuador, with triple impact. Can you explain to us what that means? Because I know it's something that's very positive that I'm sure the audience will want to know more about.
Yes, thank you, Whitney. Yes, we were a certified B company. We were the first food company in Ecuador to be certified as that, and the second one in the whole Ecuador as a company. And that for us is important because it also contributes to validate what we stand for. We stand for a company of benefits that's benefiting the environment, the people that we work, but it's also sustainable, meaning that it makes money, but in a way that it respects also the different areas as on the environment and on the people that is working. And as Santiago was saying before, it also benefits the final consumer, right? Because you are having something that it has been respectful in the whole value chain. So for us, it's very important to be part of that movement because it evaluates what we stand for. Since the beginning that we started being certified organic as well. This is 19 years ago, and I think we are the first company in Latin America that was certified organic, but with the added value, not just with the raw material. That for us is also very important, because when you give added value in the country of origin, you're really making a change in everything, no? Because you are distributing in a different way than just sending raw materials. That's why our flag is also Pacari, to produce added value products and to export this way. So the B Corp is in somehow evaluating what we stand for.
You know, normally, sorry to just adding this, normally you have organic products. It's organic certified already. But when you do added value, it really changed the whole structure, because finally the money is staying here. Normally, raw materials, is a lot of people that's buying raw materials, but they don't know about the people. You buying an importer of cacao in Europe. If you're in Europe, you buy it from Hamburg, which is a big importer, by the way. So you get there, but you have no connection with the farmer. You don't know them. It's like, and we say, ojos que no ven, corazón que no siente. If you don't see it, you don't feel it, you don't care. So a little bit, what we are trying to be is a little bit the bridge between a farmer and a final consumer, which are, they don't know each other. What we want is to, put in your ears and in your eyes the story of both. So now our farmers, they care about, because they know that our chocolate is going to end up with someone in Dubai, with someone in Tokyo, someone in Europe, and they know that this is food. And it's because they have tried chocolate finally. These guys were just selling cacao, like a raw material, but they never find out that the end of the story is chocolate, and everyone loves chocolate. Now people is not only loving chocolate, is loving also the farmer that produce and is respect them. So this good relationship between these both, they know each other, so they care, and everyone wins. Not only the farmer, which is right now is getting much better prices, but also the final consumer, which is getting the best chocolate in the world. And sorry again to compare. If you get the best chocolate, if you want to buy 100% points wine according Parker, you're going to pay for a Romane Conti $3,800,000. That's what costs the best wine in the world. But if you're going to buy, our, I don't know, 70% raw chocolate, which is the most awarded chocolate in history, you are going to pay less than that.
Yeah, and actually, I think so. Like as you were saying, it's more about also protecting the quality, creating the complete chain, or productive chain, and also make conscious the customer that they are having an impact direct with some producers or farmers. Like, and I just want to compare here, like these massive companies that we will they are very well known. Like also I can say it like, well, we know Cadbury, Hershey's, all of this one linked, etc. We don't know where the cocoa is coming from. It's just like a raw material, and we don't know the impact that maybe is behind.
And also, I think there's something really important to add about the fact that it's ethical. I know we're going to talk about like fair prices as well, but that you're also part of the Worldwide Fund for Nature. I think that's really important to add too for your product. So I'm glad that you were able to explain that a little bit so our viewers can know that there's so many facets behind not just like what you're producing, but how it's impacting not just like Ecuador, but the nature in the world. So
just to tell you one thing, just to when we start, Ecuador was one origin, but they never find out, because they are not locals, that we have is one of the most mega biodiverse countries in the world, maybe number 4, and we have like 7 different deserts. We have more bears than whole Brazil. We have 1 square kilometer that have more life than whole Europe. So if you start seeing each place in Ecuador, you start to see that each country each part of the country have a different terroir, different climate, therefore a different flavor profile. It's a little bit like going back to the wine, Spanish wine. Where in Spain? It's a Ribera Duero, it's a Rioja. Which way? These up to find, and therefore people start to get more picky in what they want. So we jump by having a voice. That's another thing, to tell the story properly. So now people start to find out where in Ecuador. And they start to find that the world of cacao is huge and still unknown. So it's really cool to see that. And therefore, we have also the capacity, because we are direct connection with the customer, direct connection with you, all of you guys, we can tell the story more clearly. And therefore, this knowledge is what is very positive. And the B Corp, we're not only checking this side of organic, but a lot of other things. One I really love in B Corps, and CARLA, we're working with that a lot. It's like a mirror where you see like, this is not well. Sorry, this button is losing. It's a whole list that you see which are the things that you should improve and evaluate your company itself in order to see, and you see lots of things that you suppose you're doing the right way, and then you find out that it's still a lot of things missing. That's the best part in B Corps. And it's really inspiring.
It's an evaluation for improvement. Right?
Exactly.
And also, well, now these days, everyone, they want the importance of organic, what it means organic, what it is. And that's a perfectly good explanation about get back and have that bridge. But also, are you talking about the flavors? How is infusions? The flavors are organic as well. You were saying there's different areas in Ecuador. You grab all those flavors from all those different places in Ecuador?
And not just Ecuador, right?
Yeah.
It's in the whole Latin America. And yes, everything is organic. Everything that we do is certified organic, meaning that we're not poisoning the earth and leaving it fertile for future generations.
Yeah, but also I need to explain you one thing that people that see a logo of the organic flag, European flag, or the US organic, whatever, they don't know. Just to understand, one farmer, in order to get the organic certification, you need to pass a period called transition period. In this, it's 3 years that the farmer is going to have less income because they're producing less, because with fertilizers and chemicals, you produce more. So they are getting 20% less income for the family for 3 years in order to become this seal. So I have seen a lot of people that come in and saying, this is, these guys, they're charging so much, it's so expensive, the organic. You have no idea how much work is behind. And that's one of the things that I have seen a lot of people, really, 3 years, just to have this seal. It's not that easy. It's quite tough. And it's fun to see. It's fun. It's quite ridiculous. It's really against the logic that everyone that wants to sell something with poison, you immediately can sell it. But the people who's doing the right thing have all these regulations, and we are like the witches, we are persecuted like witches. And this is important to tell you. So it's a lot of side effects of organic. I think we're saving maybe $500,000 on poison that is not going to be in our rivers, in our fishes, in our seas, and in our blood. This is the thing. Right now we have a society that accepts half of the population on the globe is going to have cancer. And we really consider the big pandemic COVID. Cancer is killing 4 times, 5 times more people than COVID. And it's because we are allowing people, and it's a whole law structure, allowing people to sell poison for free.
Yeah, the other day we were like talking about different kind of products actually in the show that, well, it's like we're talking about these kind of materials, and actually we were talking about I think so they were the sandals, no? That they were talking about.
Yeah,
they are like also that they are produced, and it's like also the audience, they are very conscious about that. That is the price that we have to pay in order to maintain our world, our house, when we are living all together, and also it's part of it. So it's more like, and at the beginning we have just to recognize all the effort that people they are doing in order to avoid this kind of pesticides, etc. All this kind of poison, things that we are going to eat at the end. But it's more like a transition that we have to consider that, well, it's going to be like that, but it's for our benefit and for the benefit of the world.
Exactly. But one thing, going back to Roger's question, because you asked how come we the flavors are the things we find here. I mean, it's nothing we're not looking for. And, you know, the whole world eating almonds and raisins and milk chocolate is kind of boring. It's the same recipe the last 100 years. With all my respect, I'm not saying nothing against, but it's tons of other flavors which were kind of erased from the palate in a chocolate. So we started finding out, for example, that lemongrass. Lemongrass is common for half of the population in the planet. 3 billion people consider lemongrass my flavor. And for all these people, is finally the flavor of the cacao producers. Finally a flavor from the tropics. Yeah, later on we start to find out that it's a lot to say, because people is like one way, you know, very European way of thinking in terms of flavors. Later on, I mean, the last ones we have done, Muña, which is from the Andes, by example, is an Andean mint. If I told you Muña, maybe you won't understand. So we put it Andean mint or Cedrón, which is a basic here for the Latin American people. It has been 2 years in a row winning best chocolate in flavor in the fusion category. It's Mortiño, which is an Andean blueberry that grows 3,000 wild crafted, 3,500 meters above the sea level. Absolutely unique space that only is a microclimate that only exists between Ecuador and Colombia. The gooseberries or Cape berries or golden berries, we did the first organic golden berries in history. And right now we just won, just for you to know, and it's flavors that you are not going to be capable of getting that in Europe yet. But we have mole rojo, which is iconic from Mexico. We have yerba mate, which is Argentinian iconic, not only Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, all the north, southern Brazilians. We have pimentón de la Vera, which is an iconic flavor, which is again coming from Americas. All the chilies are from Americas. Iconic in Spanish cuisine. It's big. We have rica rica, which is another herb that grows in the middle of the Atacama Desert, San Pedro de Atacama, in Chile. So what we are trying to see that the world is not only boring, it's tons of different flavors and culture behind all of these that we want to show to the world. Right now we have 50 different flavors, and all of them have the meaning of showing that it's not only one voice, it's tons of culture we still have that we want to respect and we want to save for the future.
And in that way, it's like we know that the chocolate industry is a billionaire industry, as we were talking, these famous brands, and also that, well, it was quite fun because one thing that happened time ago is I used to have a colleague in another company that I used to work, and well, he went to Belgium and he came directly to me and sharing with me some of the chocolate that he bought in Belgium. It was quite fun because he asked me a very weird question for me, because he asked me like, do you have chocolate in Mexico? Of course, for me, it was like, at the beginning, I didn't know what to say. I said, is he joking or he doesn't have any idea about where is chocolate from? But anyway, so talking about this massive industry that, well, is around the world, and these famous brands, like, well, it could be like the brands from Switzerland, and we can say like, I don't know, Godiva, Lindt, Cadbury, Hershey's, all of them, they are very famous. And normally the package, and some of them like Ferrero, etc., it's very luxury and very fancy. That is more like the things that they are selling. How would you advise in this way our audience that they will recognize a good chocolate against a bad chocolate, or well, not a bad chocolate, but it's like a cheap chocolate. We will say like a cheap chocolate, not the high standard or high quality chocolate. How can they recognize in a simple way? Because it's like for us, sometimes it's just the marketing and we're buying because the brands or names that we know. What could be the advice that people they can take?
To be honest, it's quite difficult to see in a bottle if this is a good wine or not. But I think that the best chocolates in the world right now are made in South America. So give a try for South American or Latin American chocolates. Big is not better. Big and better is like they don't match each other. If it's too big, it's flat, boring, mass-produced chocolate. They want to make up the, and it's a lot of pressure by the holders of the stock exchange or whatever. They need to, they are machine makers more than chocolate makers, are money makers, and so small normally is better in general, better quality. If you click a list of the International Chocolate Awards, I think that's absolutely reliable sort of information. You will find tons of different options of chocolate. My colleagues, all of them are making huge effort in order to rescue the fine flavors cacaos, and people with a lot of knowledge and it's tons of effort behind. So that would be an option. Then please start comparing chocolate. Sorry, taste it. You put one bottle against the other. You open 3 bottles in wine, and then you start to understand. I don't like this. I love this one. And then you start to find your love.
And also try to understand where it comes from, where they buy the cacao from, because then you will also know who are you empowering behind the brands, right? You're buying cacao from different regions that are paid almost as slavery paid. So then I think it will be also to be more reflective on the customer side. What are we getting? Because we believe also that consumers have the power also to make great changes in the world. So when you start to reflect a little bit what's behind everything that you buy, I think we have a big, huge potential as a consumers to make a big change, a positive big change.
So at the end is education, but no one's going to teach you a lot. I think if you Google, you will find people who gives you lessons on chocolate tastings. That's an option. But as in wine, it took 20 years to start having a knowledge. If you start getting this, I remember my first serious whiskey was in the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, and I found out that it was a whole world waiting for me to discover. But you need to allow yourself to do it. Now that we have a little bit more of time, be picky with the chocolate and compare. And later on, you will find your love and you will get married.
Yeah, I think now these days, that's the people are more interested in where the things that come from. So that's a very good point you touch. Whitney.
Yes.
Oh, no, I was just going to ask, where can we find Pacari in the world right now for those of us who want to try your chocolate?
Yes, absolutely. In the UK, you can find in Pacari UK and on the web page, you can find it. You can find us there. It's really easy to find us there. Also, you can find it in the United States. You can buy us in Amazon.com. Then you can see our products here in Ecuador. You can find us in our shops that we have, and also on web page and different shops around our country. In Chile, you can also find us in Jumbo, and you can also find us in Cruz Verde, and also in the web page. You can also find us online. And
yeah, what else? Well, Amazon in the US.
That's the
Amazon in the US, it's a big option. In the UK, which I think
Pacari Chocolates UK, yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. You should have a look. You're not going to find everything because we're all every time making more chocolate. So the poor importers need to. I mean, you will see the story a little bit, but it's tons still to see. It's tons of different flavors that you will be surprised. And to tell you, it's I think in the UK we should have like I don't know, 30 different chocolates, which is lots. It's a whole journey waiting for you. And again, and it's not like eating chocolate; it's tasting chocolate, small amounts, half a square, and but try 3 bars and compare and see. You start to see a whole world. It's like after being blind, you start to see the rainbow.
I have to ask you a really quick question. What's your favorite flavor of the ones you sell?
I have few love.
Exactly.
The new ones are.
I'm sorry, you said you had to try some, so I wanted to ask what your recommendation is for what to try.
Sorry, 70% raw is a must from my point of view. It's absolutely, it's very strong chocolate, but you can find 6 flavors inside. I don't know if there is something like that in the world. I haven't tried something as with all these variety of flavors in one chocolate itself. The one I do love is the 60% with the salt and nibs. That's one of the cedron. If you are from
lemon verbena
and lemongrass also. This is by the way, that goes fantastically with white wine. If you are in the summer, you are going to face the summer soon. So all these Andean mint, cedron, lemongrass, that goes perfectly. Ladies love the rose. It's not specifically my flavor, but people from the Middle East, by example, love that. If you like water rose, this one you're showing at the moment, and passion fruit is another hit.
Yes, it's I don't think it's just one.
It's not one. I think it's according your time in the day. Yes. And something that if you get into the dark side, you will love the 100 and the 101, which is another hit. If you like,
the dark side is not a bad side here. It's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
Dark side is not.
No, exactly. It's the best side.
And you know what, Santiago and Carla, maybe one of the things that we had to do is like, we have had here in the show some people that they are like bringing wines and they are like telling us. I think so that maybe we can organize with Juan that we will have him just in a couple of minutes more. But it's like maybe to plan like a tasting, as you were saying, the wine with the chocolate. And I think so that could be amazing.
Yes.
You guys, you have fantastic whiskey, sparkling wine, a champagne or something like that goes perfectly. We have done a lot of different things and it's really cool. With port wine, if you like port wine, it goes very good with chocolate too. It's a few options, but again, that's quite new. But I'm telling you, it's worth it to try together.
And as part of the contributions,
I would love, now you're talking of flavors, I would love to try the chili one. That's the most controversial one to everyone, because everyone is, what, chocolate and chili? What's going on? And then you mention it with mole. Mole is that combination.
Yeah, I know. And it's always, for some people who really love hot stuff, is too weak. And people with it's too hot. So it's Chile is in general is a big discussion, but it's worth it. I think chiles in general are hooky. I'm in love with chiles in general. That's why we have el pimentón de la vera, and we have red mole, and we have chile, which is, by the way, is inspired by the Mapuches, indigenous people, the merquén from Chile. And it's a smoky chile, a special one. So you have 3 options.
and just talking about, well, you were telling us about the different contributions that the company is having across, of course, the community, the country, and of course, all the farmers, etc. And of course, well, getting a good outcome. But also one of the things that I would like to highlight, and here is more for the audience in general, is like the contribution is not only in that side. Also, nowadays, as much as I know, Pacari is used in Harvard University as a part of a case of a study And of course, well, as we know, well, Harvard is a very well recognized university that they are taking different kind of enterprises or companies in order to share or to demonstrate how they have been performed during the years and what they have achieved. So in that case, it's like how you got this, well, to be part of these kind of cases. It's like who said, I would like to have Pacari here?
It basically was a whole process. I mean, these guys are, I mean, it's a lot of universities. It was this local San Francisco University in Quito. We start to show interest in our case and start to write it. Later on, they present to Harvard. Just for you to know, only 4 cases from Latin America exist in Harvard. So they found out that, I mean, how these couple of guys in Ecuador start to make a revolution with chocolate and culture in Latin America. And they start to see all these side effects that we have been creating somehow through cacao and through chocolate. So they fall in love with the story for sure, but they see a lot of numbers, they see really the impact. And for sure, right now, I think it's more interesting to have such a company and start something which is really, truly revolutionary than seeing again the case of, I don't know, McDonald's or PepsiCo or whatever, which I think is kind of, I don't know, it's quite boring. So I think it's also, you see the interest of the young people, the young generation putting an eye on these new things, because are the ones which I think in the future are going to, right now and in the future, are going to be the mindset changers. And I'm very happy to be that the guys in Harvard are having a look on us. And I think for us, it's a fantastic way of influence people to go and go in the right path somehow.
So that's exactly what I wanted to get into, because for all the reasons we mentioned and many more, you have such a successful company. So what are some recommendations that you would give to people who are thinking of launching their business in general, and particularly during this rough time, COVID?
I mean, it's a really tough time, but for us, I think the key has been, we have a fantastic relationship. I'm married with an angel.
We're a great team.
We're a good team. And but I think the key is to have something that work for something you really love.
Yes.
If you don't love enough your work, and you're not going to put all the brains, all the time, all the effort, because you don't like this project. So I mean,
and to have a purpose, right?
Yeah.
That gives you feel, how do you say? Feel to keep on going, as Santiago is saying. Yeah,
it's ridiculous a little bit when we saw backwards and we see it's already 19 years of this journey, and you see it has been fast, and it's every day is quite exciting because a lot of new things going on, and that makes us quite happy, to be honest. I have seen a lot of people who's just they're not in love with they have no purpose. I mean, making money is one thing, but you can do anything in order to make money. But if it's your baby and you want that your baby are good growing up, I think it's the key of the thing. That's part of the things I should advise in order to if you're going to be an entrepreneur and you want to succeed. A good direction.
Yes.
In that direction, you say it as well. Working as a couple, how it is?
That's
how do you find it?
I think it's really good. As we said before, we do a really good team.
We're lucky.
We're lucky.
Very lucky.
and I think each of us has a strength, so we focus on that. And I have a role, he has a role, so I think that's interesting because we're not trying to compete on each other. We're pushing on the same way.
And also after 7 p.m., she's not my boss anymore. She's just my wife. So yeah, it's very important to put, okay, now it's not working
that is very
time.
clear.
Now she's my fiancée. She's not my boss anymore. So it's good to have also time. You know, you need to enjoy time. And when you have
that's good you say about the times. That's good about you say about the times. After 7, boss, stay at home, stay in the office.
Yeah, exactly. Stay in your office. That now I want my girlfriend again.
And I think so, like as you're saying, well, having some passion or a business that you really love and you feel passionate about that one, it's really good. And also, well, both of you have the similar vision for this project and you have been working together. So also it's like very useful, as you were saying, it's like you are lucky because both of you are sharing exactly the same goals and the same objectives in life. So that's pretty cool. And I would like to, just to finalize this one, asking you a very tricky question because it's going to be very difficult. Because I would like that you tell me just in one sentence, each one, What do you love about Latin America? What about you, Carla? What do you love about Latin America?
Oh, I feel that I think we are more close to each other, more kind, more relaxed. Also, enjoy a little bit more of the good times. So I think that's what I love about Latin America.
And you, Santiago, what do you love about Latin America?
Food.
Just to try it in one sentence. It's like, that's tricky and it's difficult. And I know that it's difficult. It's like,
I think it's, how people enjoy life, and food is a little bit the part of the center, the things you just enjoy again and again and again and again. I mean, it's sometimes someone asks me, which are the reasons to live? Well, good breakfast, good lunch, and good dinner. No, flavors here are amazing, and it's a whole tons of options and tons of good food. Food is important in Latin America, and we enjoy the, how you call it, buena mesa, a good table. That would be is good time with friends. All this, it's a good place to enjoy life.
Brilliant. So Carla, Santiago, co-founders of Pacari company, that well is like and of course, well, asking to the audience to try about this fantastic chocolate. Carla, Santiago, it has been a pleasure having you here in the Latin America show. And of course, well, we will continue promoting this extraordinary chocolate, and people here in the UK and all over the world, they have the opportunity to try and taste your extraordinary flavors and also a very good quality of chocolate. So thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Enrique, Whitney, Roger.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to you too.
Thanks for your interest, and keep enjoying life and good chocolate.
Thank you very much. And yes, talking about chocolate, I think so that, well, it's time just to take a look about a quick recipe about how to make a cake. And later on, we're going to see the outstanding cakes that, well, our participants, they have shared with us. Let's go really quick for that, well, is a this from Marianne Focke, that she's going to be with us just in a couple of minutes more. So please, Roger, over you.
Juan, I'm Marianne Focke. I'm a pastry chef, and today I'm going to show you how to do chocolate cake recipe. So today we're going to do the world famous and classic SACHER cake. This cake is said to be invented in Vienna by Franz Sacher in 1800s. So today's recipe, we're doing it in collaboration with Pacari Chocolates and Latin American Show. signature cake. This is my decoration, my unique decoration. I'm gonna grate some chocolate. This is the Cusco pink salt and neat chocolate. So it's gonna give the cake a little bit of saltiness, this fresh flavor. Just gonna be a little bit for the final touches, so it's a little bit more fun. You can do whatever you want at the end. This is just an idea. So, ta-da! This is my cake. I hope you enjoy your process. You can put whatever decoration you want, maybe some fruits, red fruits like strawberries or raspberries, or maybe some nuts, or you can put maybe some flowers. Whatever you want is your creation. I hope you enjoy it, and good luck!
Well, that is definitely delicious. So, and actually, it's like we feel very flattered because, well, part of the Latin America show goals are to create a community, and the community across all the people interested in Latin America. So I can see that, well, now in the chat we have people, and also the participant for this bake-off contest. Well, we have people from Scotland, from Venezuela, from Ecuador, people from El Salvador, Mexico, Peru, Colombia, United Kingdom, Poland, Bolivia. So all the countries, they are represented here. So it's like we can feel like really flattered, honestly, because, well, all of you are participating here. And I would like to ask you, like, well, as I can see that, well, you are like getting likes, and that is the basic part of the challenge, that, well, you get as much likes as you can get in order to pass to the final. That is going to be next week, and we're going to have the top 10 here, and you can vote online. So you will vote here on the show. So the 10 that has more likes, they are going to pass to the next stage, that is going to be here in the Latin America show. And online people, they will vote in order to say who are going to be the winners. So I would like to advise you that, well, maybe you can share, of course, your cake in different groups with not only your friends, maybe your countries, maybe people that you know, maybe people that they are interested to do chocolate cakes, maybe they are people interested in pastry or in baking, etc. So that could be some of the advices that maybe I can give you, and just tell them that, well, just give us a like to the Latin America show and give a like to your cake in order that you can win. Remember, so next week we're gonna have to hear the winner. But, well, it's like, who are these participants? I know that we have more participants because you have till Roger is like the 9th, right? The 9th that you can upload all your cakes, and also ask that, well, people they vote. And next week on Tuesday we're going to have here the 10 finalists. So let's take a quick look about that's extraordinary and fantastic and delicious cakes. Sorry, Roger, I'm gonna take your phrase, but whoa, amazing. Actually,
Yeah,
yes.
you know what? After I've seen all this, I just want to buy the machine Marianne's got in the kitchen and next to her to make some.
Just to start doing something. Yes,
Yeah.
that could be really good. And actually, I just want that, well, if you can help us just to introduce our next guest, I think so, you and Whitney,
Mhm.
please.
Okay, I'll
Whitney
start.
first.
Okay. We have two wonderful guests here this evening, one of which, Juan Andres Santelices, sorry, is a Chilean based in Scotland for the past 21 years and has more than 25 years of experience in ethical and sustainable commerce, forestry, consultancy, and agroforestry. His work is focused on supporting small producers in indigenous communities of more than 20 countries all over the world to develop products, find markets, and ethical financing. Also developing sustainable business models and establishing long-term stable business relationships. There's so much to say about him, I had to reduce this. He's the CEO and founder of Fair Business Alliance, and over the past 7 years, he has also been a representative of Pacari chocolate here in the UK, which we will discuss in a minute this evening. Roger, over to you for Marianne.
And also we have the I'm gonna use the Enrique's word, extraordinary chef Marianne Focke. We have had her before. She studied in the Cordon Bleu and also is a psychologist. So welcome, Marianne and Juan Andres.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting us. Well, me
So
again.
yeah, no, well, thank you, Juan, and thank you, Marianne, for being here. And I would like to ask you, both of you, first, I know, Whitney, don't look at me, but it's just, I forgot it. Yeah, like, what are you doing? You are not following the script. That is my, it's like, it's my question. But sorry, it's like, I just want that just like give us your first impressions, Marianne and Juan, about what we have watched. What do you think about that participants and that delicious cakes and pastries?
Well, for me, I was amazed of the talent people have. Like, really, mine, I tried to do it really like humble and simple. I was like, okay, I don't want anyone to be biased by the decoration, so I tried to keep it simple, a classic SACHER torte and a bit of a modern decoration. But then I saw the picture and I was amazed how much talent people have, like, and all around the world, and also the ingredients they use for the decorations. I mean, you can see different kinds of chocolates and ingredients they use around the world, right? So yeah, I was really happy to see that. I was really happy, and I saw like there is a lot of competition here. I'm really glad we did this bake off.
And you, Juan, what do you think? Also, you can see that well,
Well,
there's a delicious and also an extraordinary market for you.
well, as Mariana was saying, it's amazing what all have been doing and have done already. But also, it's very interesting the diversity of the type of creation. So I was expecting more, maybe that everybody was going to be focusing one type of creation this for today, but no, there's so many different things and so many different interpretations from other sort of foods transformed into the chocolate, or from nature into chocolate, from flowers to animals, etc. And different ages. I can't believe we have people who are only 1.5 years old already participating. I think we will have in the future to have different categories. The kids category, that we have a girl which is 15 years old. So, and they are creating something from a recipe from Argentina. So, and we have a more kind of pro, if you want to call it, category, and other very amateur ones. So, but everything you can see, and also what Santiago was saying in the interview earlier, and it's something I always tell the students when I invite to universities, is you have to work in something that gives you passion, in something that you love, because then you're going to get the best of you. Don't go for the checkbook, don't go for that, just go for what you have passion. And you can see that all the participants tonight have passion.
I was amazed by them too. My goodness, they all look so good. Okay, so I have a question for you. Going back a little bit on script. I don't have a good poker face. So one of the things that is important to know is Pacari's success here in the UK. So how does it compare to other brands as a representative of Pacari UK? Could you talk to us a little bit about that, please?
Well, I don't like to use the success or not success, because that can be measured in so many different ways, and somebody could say that we are not successful and we're successful. I started 7 years ago to represent the brand here in the UK and Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, and also to support in other countries where now we have representatives of Pacari. So for me, what I have seen in these years is how we have to educate people, and we're getting people more educated in chocolate. Sadly, there's still a long way to go, right? We spoke about with Santiago and CARLA, the wine, for example. When I came to the UK, people didn't know a thing about wine, practically. It was red and white. Today, you go and people know which valley they want the wine, the different type of wines and everything. And I think that we have succeeded now, if you want to use that adjective, in starting to educate, but not alone. I think others have been coming in the same sort of way of trying to educate people about the difference when we call chocolate. Because still, people will call a Mars bar chocolate and a raw 100% cacao chocolate, and it's not the same thing. You can't compare pear with apples, and this is exactly what we are succeeding in, and that Pacari has also so many different tick boxes, if you want to call it, or niches where we fit in. We are completely vegan, but not because we were following the vegan movement. It's just we started like that 19 years ago, Pacari. Or organic, not because it's fashionable, it's because what it means. Ethical from day one. We reached #1 as the most ethical chocolate brand this year in the United Kingdom and beyond with the Ethical Consumer magazine among other 109 brands. It's the first time that a Latin American brand achieves this. We are free of many things, from child labor to palm oil, free of gluten, free of other allergens. So people who are looking for these products, they can find something reliable in Pacari. I think that's where we go.
Yeah, no, and I know you don't like to use the word successful, but those are so many accomplishments, at least.
Yes, I would like to. Yes, yes.
It's really important.
And it's our relation with nature, it's our relation with the planet and with people, and that I think that it's the key, and the newer generations are looking for that as well. So I think we will have more and more support from the youngsters, because they're searching for that, for new models of businesses as well, etc.
And well, that's the point from Juan, but I want to know from the chef, from Marianne. Marianne, what's the meaning for you to use chocolate in your pastry? What's all about? Is the main ingredient you dry by the chocolate to do your stuff? Tell us a little bit about.
It's actually funny that you asked, Roger, because for me, if it was for me, I would do all desserts with chocolate. Like sometimes I think about, okay, when I have my pastry shop, possibly in Colombia, I'm a little bit worried because all the desserts that I want to do have to do with chocolate. So I like, okay, I have to be more flexible with with the clients that go there, because for me, like chocolate always, forever, with everything. Like my dessert is chocolate. Every time that I go to a restaurant, I look for chocolate. If there is not a chocolate dessert, I'm just disappointed. Like it doesn't matter how amazing the food was. Like you don't have a chocolate dessert, like what? So yeah, for me it's really, really important. And I mean, when you cook with chocolate, there is a huge difference in the texture, right, of the cake. So it improves the texture because there's nothing better and smooth and creamy than a dessert that has chocolate, right? Also, adding chocolate, especially chocolate with a high fat content, right, will make your dessert more sweet and smooth. Um, Also, it provides structure, right? Because the chocolate absorbs the moisture. So usually you will need more water or eggs when you use cocoa products or anything. So, so yeah, for me, also when I temper chocolate, right? Tempered chocolate is super, super fun. And the creations that you can do tempered chocolate and molding chocolate, right? It's like, you can do everything. You can do from the dessert to an amazing decoration to a sculpture to whatever.
And just one question regarding to that one, Marianne. It's like, well, you were telling us, and also in your recipe that you show it, like you are using one particular flavor of chocolate, or well, are you using many of them, or do you recommend that people they start trying different flavors, not the normal chocolate?
Yeah, completely. I mean, that's when you have fun with chocolate, when you taste different kind of chocolates. Of course, you can notice the quality of the chocolate, right? So yeah, in my dessert, I just grated a little bit of sal de Cusco and nips chocolate. So it's Cusco salt and nips chocolate from Pacari, and it was amazing because it's like when you eat salted caramel chocolate or salted caramel brownies, whatever. It gives this texture, this like saltiness, amazing. Also, when you cook with chocolate and coffee. I mean, I'm from Colombia, so for me, those are like an explosion. They are a couple. They mix super super well. Um, Also, the when you use passion fruit, for example, if you're doing a chocolate mousse with passion fruit, you don't need anything else. Or what else? Or with the all spices, right? Or chili chocolate. They all they in Pacari they have them all. I was amazed because I was like, okay, I use all of this chocolate. I mean, I use it for chocolate truffles, for mousses, for sponges, for brownies, cakes, whatever. So yeah, you can play with chocolate. You don't have anything. You don't need anything else.
Also, I just feel a little bit envy about that picture that Roger put before with these massive bags of chocolate that you have next to you. So it was like, oh my God, two massive. I don't know if you have
They're
that picture, Roger. Yeah.
they are dangerous. They are dangerous because when you cook with chocolate, you don't buy the chocolate bars. You buy the chocolate bag, the kilos, right? And you're just like eating and baking, eating and baking. So
Yeah, and actually I can compare the size of the mixer and the size of the bags. I mean, it's like, wow, they're
yes,
big bags.
yes.
That's what I was telling you. I want to buy that to make
Yeah.
cake.
Yeah,
my
that's my
gosh.
kind of portion. Yeah.
What a spokesperson you are for Pacari chocolates right now. Like everyone better be online, like buying their chocolate. Actually, I know one of the services, this is more of a question for Juan, is that the chocolate tasting. For those of us who can't decide on what to buy, can you talk about the chocolate tasting, the flavors are included, what the process is like? And to that end, what are the other flavors that we can find here in the UK? So lots of questions. The process,
Loads
the
of questions.
chocolate tasting, and then what can we buy here in the UK? Go.
Well, in terms of chocolate tasting, we had to, a year and some weeks ago when COVID started, we had to reinvent. Until then, our chocolate tasting were in person. We were going to events and doing chocolate tasting. You could hire us and we will go, especially around here in Scotland, to private parties to do the chocolate tasting and so on. So what we had to recreate here is to make it virtual, like we are today. But that meant that we could reach also many more places within the UK. And so what you have to do is that easy. You just go to our website, you find the section where we have our chocolate tastings, and you select a particular day that is there for the tasting. These are tasting that we have allocated, and you will receive in there 8 mini chocolate bars with your card, where you will be writing all your notes in there. Just if you don't have your pencil, they get with you. You will get also our Pacari chocolate tasting card, which it gives you a little explanation how to taste your chocolate and everything. And you will get some information about flavors, aromas, etc. So you are getting prepared in your mind where you might find the chocolate you're going to open. Your box is probably going to arrive before the tasting day, so don't eat the chocolates before the tasting day. No, wait for us, and we will send you the week of the tasting Zoom invitation, and we will connect at 6 p.m. on that particular Friday. And you will get bars like this, the passion fruit. But for me, the most exciting thing in chocolate is to travel with the natural flavors of the chocolate itself. As Santiago said in the interview, Ecuador is not a origin, it has many origins. Colombia is not just one origin, has many. So when we go to the province of Esmeralda, something that Marianne also did use with the drops that she had there, she also used the raw 70%. We're going to try that as well. We're going to go and try 1 in a 25 million chocolate. This chocolate is made with a cacao bean that we thought until the mid-90s had disappeared from planet Earth. Today, if you calculate the amount of bean that is produced in Piura, Peru, and you calculate all the cacao beans that are produced around the world and you transform that in chocolate, 1 in 25 million bars has this. Ooh. And it's a gold medalist at the International Chocolate Awards. Another gold medalist. All our chocolates, we're going to try the raw 85, another gold medal. So you will try the top of our chocolates, and you will travel with flavors around Ecuador and neighbor countries. And then we're going to go to some chocolates with flavors, like I said, passion fruit, the pink salt is going to be there as well, the lemongrass, and the lemon verbena. So that will be our an hour and a quarter, an hour and a half journey. We're going to show you where they're made, where the cacaos come from. We're going to travel to Ecuador with a video. We're going to travel to Peru as well. So it's a very easy way to travel without needing your passport update or any COVID passport. So that's what it's going to be. You can find over 40, around 50 different products in our online shop. Also, not only bars, but like the big bags that Marianne had with the drops, or with squares like this, which are the couvertures for the baking. You can get gift sets from 4 bars like this, or your after dinner gift set, if you want to send it to somebody, with wooden made.
If you want, you can send me one of them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, one more.
I knew that.
If you want, you can keep the box. It doesn't matter. Just send me the product. It's not a problem, the box.
You have this other one as well, which are vegan as well, leather. Anyway, so we have different things that you can spend long time in our website. I recommend you. We here in our website for the UK and the Republic of Ireland have probably the biggest variety in whole Europe of chocolates. We are the one who have practically everything that is possible to have. Santiago said earlier that there are certain flavors that are not ready, and they're not ready because they don't have yet the equivalent of the organic certification for Europe or things like that. So they're in the process of getting that. So when they're there, we get them, we bring them here, and you will find them in our online shop.
So pretty much when you do the chocolate tasting package, you have to order all this extra chocolate to eat before you're able to do the testing in case you're tempted
Yes.
to like open it up early.
Yeah, exactly, because
Well,
it's going to be
you can add some
impossible.
others. Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be
You can-
impossible to wait. So it's like
Yeah.
you have to
And-
buy
and-
more
There
just
has
to
to be
have
a
it to start.
pre-testing. A
Yeah, maybe.
pre-testing, another one,
So
right?
what many people do is they put the tasting order and they select something else to keep them going until the tasting, right? And the other thing we do in tasting, also virtually, is a private event. So as we did it before in person, so we have been hired for birthday parties or anniversaries or etc. So, and then even if the family couldn't meet all in one place, they were all in this private room by Zoom, and we do that for them. So we can do that as well for all of you. So I hope that the Latin American show will have at the end of the year a chocolate tasting day or evening, and we can do it all together.
Done.
Where do I sign?
All, yeah,
No
like
problem.
Sign.
But I think so. It's like I feel a little bit bad when you are saying at the end of the year. It's like, why do we
Yeah.
have to
No.
wait till the end of the year? It's like,
Well, I was
we're in
thinking
April.
because you are so busy every day
We-
that you.
We can do it. We can do it in April. No problem.
Juan,
We can do two.
I'll text you.
Okay, Wes.
I'll get
Right, okay.
it now.
Okay, but
So
you-
did I
you're talking about
answer
that.
everything, Whitney, or did you have anything else?
No, I'm just gonna text you my details. You can send the whole
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I meant for your earlier question. Did I manage to
Yes,
answer everything?
with
Or-
lots of detail. Thank you.
Perfect.
And-
excellent. All right.
And I just want to.
I'm going to have one piece then.
Oh, that's
That's
cruel.
That's so cruel.
That's
That's so
cruel.
cruel.
That's cruel.
No, I have been looking to all these delicious creations. I get what I wanted to do is this is also what we do. I just wanted to do it intentionally because we not only do the tasting, but we do with other companies, we do pairings.
Mm.
This is a single malt. And for example, here in Scotland, 3 or 4 weeks ago for Valentine's, yeah, a month ago, we did the pairing with the Whiskey Society of the Edinburgh University, and we had 65 attendances. So you get the whiskey, single malt, you get the chocolate.
Juan
And then you
Andres,
said-
feel free to invite us as well.
Mhm.
Yep, I'm on.
Next time.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
And then, so you can do this at home. You can do this at home. You can just not. It's not about just eating, and you don't need big pieces. You just need a little bit. Let it melt in your mouth. Get the flavors, and then have your preferred wine, your port, or your single malt whiskey, or your coffee from a particular region, and try them together and start finding new things. I think enjoying flavors for me is one of the most beautiful exercises I can do.
Well, definitely, I think so.
agree.
We
And I
have
don't
to
get
prepare
you don't
something.
get injured.
No, that's really good. And just like moving a little bit about Marianne, and I would like to ask you, what are the first, well, it's like two questions. And one is very simple, maybe in a way that, well, if just for the audience that, well, is there any particular, we know that, well, all these chocolates, they are traditional for Easter here in Europe and in different parts of the world, like also US, etc. But if there's something particular in Latin America or in Colombia, that you're from Colombia, that, well, you have a particular cake or a particular, I don't know, pastry that you prepare for Easter?
Well, no, to be honest, no, we don't. I mean, in Colombia specifically, we don't. We do eat a lot of chocolate eggs, Eastern eggs. And we hide the eggs and everything, but we don't have a particular dessert as we have for Christmas or other festivities, right? I remember actually, I'm trying to remember the name of an egg that we had there, that it was white because it was sugar. It was from Italo, that's a brand, and you just had to lick it and lick it and lick it until you finally reach the chocolate. It's like no me olvides or something like that. It was super, super fun. That's for me, that's Eastern in Colombia, this sugary chocolate egg.
Okay, well, and the second question is like, what are the benefits? Because also we have spoken
Oh,
about chocolate. What are the
yeah.
benefits of chocolate?
Well, the benefits of chocolates are many. I mean, in health, dark chocolate specifically, right? Like 70% or more, even more, is loaded with nutrients, right? That can possibly affect your health. Also, like, is one of the best sources of antioxidants, right? On the planet. It can improve your health and lower the risk of heart disease. Also, you have a lot of nutrients and minerals. It can improve your blood flow and your blood pressure. Also protects your skin from the sun because it has components in the chocolate that helps improve the blood flow, right, in the skin and protect it from the sun damage. Also, it can improve your brain function. That is really, really important because cocoa and dark chocolate, right? They improve brain function by increasing blood flow, as I said before, and stimulates neural activity in your brain, in areas of your brain that are associated with pleasure and reward. So, which it turns in decreases of stress and improves your mood. So for me, psychology is really important. And for me as a chef, it's like I will do every session with eating chocolate first with your patient, right? And also the dark chocolate helps to release endorphins. Um, it has all the properties that are linked to antidepressants, right? The effects of tryptophan and serotonin, that are like the happy hormones. So yeah, it has many health benefits. Like, of course, you have to eat it with I mean, not eat a lot of chocolate, just with moderation and good chocolate, right? Good, high quality and high percentage of chocolate.
So in this lockdown, people, it's very easy. Just go to the website of Pacari and order your chocolate. And of course, it could be like the 70% cacao or something like that also, in order that you feel like, well, yeah, just forget this kind of depression.
Yeah, you don't need anything else. You don't need, you just need chocolate. It's not bad, The stigma of chocolate is wrong.
I have a question. I know we talked about desserts with chocolate during Easter, but what are some Colombian dishes that you would pair with chocolate, like for chocolate as a dessert?
For chocolate, I don't know much about like just specific Colombian, right? But as in Colombia, it's in the line of Ecuador where the chocolate trees grow, right? We eat a lot of chocolate, especially hot chocolate. Actually, something that people don't know is the hot chocolate with cheese, right? That we eat it. It's amazing. And the cheese melts, and you have to just like eat the cheese and drink the hot chocolate, right? The hot cocoa. We do a lot of chocolate desserts, like in general, like cakes, right? Muffins, cupcakes, brownies, mousses. And we combine the chocolate in Colombia specifically with fruits, with exotic fruits, such as passion fruit, right? Or with lulo, or with I don't know, with mandarins, with exotic or limes, right? So yeah, in Colombia we eat chocolate, and we can mix it in the majority with exotic fruits, or just the chocolate, or drink hot cocoa.
Brilliant. And also, well, we have here, as you were talking about serotonin and everything, our friend Gary, that, well, she's a doctor, she's saying that it's very good for migraine, actually, because it contains a lot of serotonin. So people that they have migraines, you can take a bar of chocolate and, well, you will be back.
Exactly. So if something happens to you, just eat chocolate. That's it.
So Juan and Marianne, it has been a pleasure again having you here, and of course we are flattered. And it's not going to be, well, Marianne, you are like a frequent customer now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really good having you here. And I think so. Well, we're planning something for later. Yeah, that we're going to continue doing something with you. And Juan, and of course, well, it has been a pleasure having of course, Carla, Santiago, and also you explaining us. And of course, well, it's like if you can let us know during this year, when are you going to have these tastings? Because maybe one of the things that we can do is like put it as part of the event in order that the audience, they know in advance, and maybe if they have to buy, of course, they have to buy the pack, that well, they receive it. So if you can let us know when they are going to be the dates, and we can promote it here also in order that people, they know and they can try this extraordinary chocolate that is Pacari.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys, for the invitation and for the offer. So, and I have been enjoying the program very, very much. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Juan. Thank you very much, Marianne. And
Thank
well,
you, Marianne.
it's time to go
Very
to
much, guys.
Sorry. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, well, it's time to go to the last section with Whitney. I think so. You have some slang, Whitney.
I do. I'm going to cut it down just because I'm mindful of time and I know we don't have a lot. So I'm going to show just a few words this evening, only 4. Keep it simple because thanks to Juan, I know we're going to have our chocolate tasting event here soon. I think we've established that'll be soon for Juan. And therefore we'll do more Ecuadorian slang then. So I'm just going to teach you 4 words tonight and leave you wanting more. So here they are. So this is your favorite part, heard on the street. And let's see what words we have here. So these are a few words that you hear in Ecuador, and I'm only going to cover these few. Okay, sorry. All right, I'm just going through my notes. Okay, so the first one, farrear, is like a way to say festejar, to party, which is something that we don't get to do in lockdown. So surprise. We've seen this in other verbs like rumbear in Colombia. So this is just another way of saying something that we are banned from doing. Chuta is like shoot. Like if something goes wrong and that's how you respond, that's a quick expression. And Enrique and Roger, take notes because I want you to each use a sentence with this. So listen up. And then you have ñaño and ñaña, hermano, hermana. This is not one I've heard of before, but a couple of my friends gave me this one to use. And then we talked about huevos. So I thought, why not use a verb, ahuevarse, which is like to chicken out, like hopefully what Roger and Enrique won't do during the slang for this evening. These were a couple other ones, but we're going to do that next session just because it's almost 10 p.m. And please go to my website, makingspanishsimple.com, and subscribe, please, 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 please. And I'm going to leave this on in the background, but this is the quickest slang section yet. So next time I will give you more words, but I want Enrique and Roger, because Enrique, you said that I didn't ask questions. So I think that's a great point. I think you should be the first one to use one of these words as an example. I'll put them up again.
I don't know. I can say something like, hold on for you. It's like, I can say that, well, it's something like, después de este lockdown, podemos irnos a una buena farra.
Sí.
¿No? A farrear.
Farrear, sí. Yo, yeah. Con Juan y chocolate, sí. Sí, whisky también. Ok, Roger, sí, Juan, envíame, ¿vale? Te mando mi dirección, ok? Muy bien, gracias. Roger.
I want to say to Enrique, hey, ñoño, vamos a farrear.
Deja de estar ahuevado, ¿no?
Deja de estar ahuevado. Deja de estar ahuevado.
I'll present.
And Marianne, also Marianne and Juan as well. They use the phrases. Yeah, they can do
sorry you stayed on.
Sentence.
Now you have to participate. That's the punishment.
Can you put them again, please?
Chuta, me pusieron en problema.
Notes? No.
Yeah, that's.
Chuta, que me pusieron en problema ustedes, ya.
Chuta.
No, pues cuando salga de este lockdown, sí, también voy a farrear con todas mis amigas hasta quedar ahuevada.
Muy bien. Como 5 décadas, ¿vale? Cuando salgamos de esta
I like what Mariana says. Maybe we will take her word. So we all of us will go to farrear.
Well, hold on.
What do you think?
One more
What do you
student
think,
here.
Enrique?
Wait,
Huh?
espera.
What?
What do you think? Let's go everything to farrear.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Festejar. Yeah. Juan.
Actually, well, in Mexico also we use farra, irse de farra.
Okay.
Yeah, we use like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we covering Mexico tonight?
No, but also you were saying that in similar countries they use
I know.
Yeah, in Chile we use farrear.
Enrique a hard time. I always have a class where, you have the ones who you love, Roger, and then the ones who you just, like. That's the only fun thing about being a teacher. You got to find your victim day one and just, so.
Yeah.
Juan, una frase, por favor.
Bueno, dejen de ahuevearse y vámonos a farrear de una sola vez.
I like that.
Nice. He wins.
Well, of course, he's local. He's local, yeah.
Hi. You know what? I think it just depends on who sends us what chocolate first. So then I will announce the winner.
Ya, no se ahueveen más y prueben Rocien, chocolate sin azúcar.
Muy bien.
That's a great commercial that you should do commercial from now on.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds like a fantastic commercial, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, Juan, queremos unos chocolates.
Toma,
Unos chocolates.
toma ñaño.
Down. Yeah, there.
Yeah. That's it. Please subscribe.
Espérate.
But it's up, Juan, you just give it up. Yeah, the Royal. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. And if you subscribe tonight, Juan will send you free chocolate.
Yo no sabía que tenía chocolate blanco.
It changed the color. It just changed the color.
Right.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
En subir cambió el color.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, Marianne. Thank you very much, Juan. It has been a pleasure having you here in the show.
A pleasure.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good evening.
Yeah. You too.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, so well, guys, so don't forget as well to share the program, share the pictures that you have for the different cakes and pastry, share it with different groups in order that you can get more likes. Remember that you have till Friday 9 in order to submit all your the pastries, cakes, etc. that you have done. So thank you very much for participating with us. It's time to, I know that we extend a little bit more. Thank you to all the audience. Keep voting. And well, I think so it's time to say goodbye. So Whitney Nuchereno, or what happened with me?
No. This is good. This is good because I'm going to spoil our next episode. I haven't done this in a while. We are going to hear about a blogger and from a musician next episode. So stay tuned to see what countries and to see what kind of slang we'll be doing next week. It will not be from Ecuador. That's all I'll say.
Okay, thank you, Whitney. And on the other side, Roger Alarcon.
Well, it's been an amazing treat for us because most of ours and our audience is being treated with the best of the chocolates, the best explanation. So I think tonight we're learning a lot. Vegan, organic, soy-free, without oil, palm oil free, gluten-free. And it makes you happy. Let's go for the chocolate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear Roger. So remember, the Latin America show is every Tuesday, 8 p.m. London time. My name is Enrique Gelista. So see you next week.